Hey, this is Tom with Fresh Vintage. We're here with Mike in a 1963 Ford Galaxie. We're going to take a look at this right now. Thanks so much for taking the time here today, Mike.
No problem.
So looking at the car here, tell me a little bit about it, because there's a lot going on here. We got the awesome paint, we got the decals, I even see the LED lights in here. Let's start with talking about the paint here. What you said, you were telling me earlier, this is kind of a custom color?
Yes, it's a custom Harley color, 3-stage paint. But what I did is I left out one of the stages because it got too dark maroon, and I wanted more of a red or brandy wine type color.
Okay.
And then I saved the code so I can match it up and everything.
Great, great. Yeah, this is very, very nice. Definitely pops in the sunlight. These decals, I mean, whoever did these is amazing. Can you tell a little bit about the decals
Yeah,
here?
this is a friend of mine up north, Jay Avery. He airbrushes. He goes to FEMA every year. He's done guitars for professional guitar players. Does all my airbrushing on my cars, my motorcycles. He did the airbrushing on this. We originally were going to do the Eagle Globe and Anchor, and he talked me out of it in case I ever sold the car. So we did the stamped metal look of the USMC in it because I was in the Marine Corps. And then the theme he just came up with, I had a skull on my tattoo on my leg, so he decided to put the skull and the 514.
And we obviously have this guy in here.
Yeah, I think I'm going to call him Norman.
Norman, there
Norman
we go.
don't drink much.
Norman doesn't drink much. Yeah. Norman doesn't do much anything, huh?
Nope.
So you have, yeah, the decals and the airbrushing.
Correct. The airbrushing, I designed the Galaxie 500 with the flags, and then he made a template for it and airbrushed it on for me. This is actually a Super B stripe.
Okay.
I'm a Mopar guy at heart, so I got the measurements of the Super B stripe, and I made a reverse decal so that we could paint it on. Everything's painted, no decals, all paint. And then everybody always asks what year the car is, so I wrote 63 Galaxie on the back here. It just so happens on my Connecticut plates I got a 63 on it. I don't know, I got lucky that way.
There you go.
But I'm trying to get my Virginia tags now as we speak.
And so we see the 514, and that's obviously not an area code. That's talking to the engine. So let's go take a look at the engine here.
Alrighty. Yeah, the 514, it's a 460 stroke. I did the engine compartment. I always do the engine compartment, and I do the Mopar thing. I paint my engine compartments the color of my car. Has a 460 stroke, 850 double pumper carburetor, MSD 6AL ignition. I have a vacuum pump for the brakes so that works. An electronic vacuum pump over here. Line lock, obviously. And that's about it. I painted the motor the color of the block of the car, and that's held up pretty well, and that's about it on that. And
folks, you know, you're obviously watching this video. I mean, this engine, when I first saw this car, we randomly ran into Mike and the Galaxie here at a storage unit, and I was like, wow, look at that. And then I looked down in the actual, you know, the hood scoop area here, and I was like, wow, this engine is so big. I mean, this is literally the kind of engine you take a selfie with. I mean, it's such a monster of an engine, and everything in here is exquisitely done.
Then I put the fuel cell in the trunk just to get weight over the rear tires. I eliminated the gas tank, and then the gas tank door used to be in the back down here. I got rid of that, had that welded over. I put my battery in the trunk to save room up in the engine compartment. And that's inside that metal box there.
Okay, great. Mind if we look inside here?
No,
let's take a look inside. Love these taillights. So obviously no door handles here.
No door handles. I have door poppers for it, and I leave a window down all the time just in case.
Okay.
And then in the seats you'll see the little silver buckets that came out of the original seats. Those little silver things came out of the original 63 Galaxie. So I took those out and incorporated them in the seats.
Okay.
And then I had a friend that did embroidery, so she wrote the Galaxie and the Ford in the back for me on the back seat.
Yeah, and you can see it up top there. Yeah, everything in here is really, really well done. Well, it's good to see Norman's wearing his seatbelt.
Yep.
And we have fire extinguisher.
And I'm running in a C6 transmission with a reverse valve body. Manually, I got to shift it.
And wow, the tachometer. So do you run this? Do you run this at all?
I haven't run it at all yet. I get no traction. If I put cow tracks on it, it would hook up. But I like doing burnouts. I go through 2 sets of tires a year, at least in the back. So I've left it the way it is.
I can imagine you might have a little bit of trouble traction with the engine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, everything is really, really well done. And forgive me, how long did you say you've had the car?
About 11 years.
Okay. Okay.
I just put brand new quarters on it last year because I finally started making quarters for this. So I put brand new quarters on the back. So those are brand new. And I had to repaint the whole car.
Yeah, that looks really, 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 really solid.
And then the other
Beautiful.
trick, these bumpers are fiberglass. I
Oh,
save
okay.
over 150 pounds by switching over to fiberglass bumpers.
And the front one's fiberglass too?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. Let's take a look at that here. It's interesting how more and more, you know, parts and cars are going with things like that.
Yep.
Yeah, everything is amazing.
And then
Everything's
at
really
night
well
I have
done.
red LEDs both in the air cleaner and in the engine compartment that light up that you can see it coming down the road.
There we go.